Well, it goes without saying, boys and girls, that to win the Champions League, we obviously have to qualify for the knockout stages. And if we win both games in today's episode, we will do that without having to go through that dreaded playoff round. Yes, welcome back to our Chelsea rebuild, boys and girls. Since you was last with us in the PSG game, unfortunately, we have been handed our first loss in the Premier League. Liverpool done us. We was without Vlahovic for a few games, but we didn't need him against Dortmund. Kai Havertz got 4 on his return to Germany. We also beat Newcastle 4-0, who were then second in the league. Victories against Arsenal, and it's probably the only one really that we can shout about. We drew in the we drew with Man City, and then we drew in the semi-final first leg against them. We beat them 2-1 after extra time to go through to the final of the Carabao Cup, which we're not too enthusiastic about. But all that brings us here. Premier League, we have a healthy 13-point cushion. We are not worried about the Premier League at all. Champions League, we're sitting third currently. We're flying high. But when you look at some of the teams down here in that playoff area, it's vital we get these 2 wins and we secure top 8, because we don't want to be facing the likes of Milan, PSG again, Leipzig, Dortmund again, Juventus, Inter, Napoli. They're all capable sides that could knock us out on their day. So, one change to tell you, we did get a quite hefty transfer balance to spend in January. So I went out and I bought this guy. Where is he? Not going to show you here. We bought Rafael Guerreiro. Probably the only part of our team that was really lacking would have been that left backup area. So why not bring in someone that can play all the way up that left-hand side? He can play centre mid if we need him to. 35 million from Dortmund. I'm not saying no to that. But matters at hand. He actually starts today in this league game against Club Brugges. Should be winning it fairly comfortably. We've got a game in between this We've got a week between this and our last game against Milan. So let's go with this team, shall we? Manuel Neuer is going to play in goal. Guerrero is going to make his Champions League debut for us at left back. Konate in for the knackered Kim, alongside Fofana and Reece James. The midfield, we're going to go a little bit... No, we're not. We're not going to go rogue. We're going to go bog standard. Tchouaméni, Gavi, Musiala. We've got the little love heart going on here between the 3 of them, so why break that up? And the front 3 of Kvaratskhelia, Kai Havertz and Big Deuce. Now, one thing I've noticed about this Chelsea team is we tend to concede goals in the second half. So maybe it's something to do with the tempo. Maybe we need to start slowing it down in that second half. But, I mean, luckily for us, when we have been conceding them goals, we are 2 or 3 goals ahead of where we need to be. As Rafael Guerreiro floats in the free kick and almost gets his first assist, but Wesley Fofana cannot keep his header down. Now this is the first season, and again, same combination, same result, ball over the bar. This is the first season, obviously, in this series that we played a new format, Champions League. I've played it a few times in other saves. I'll be honest, I don't think I'm a fan of it. I think it does definitely give some of the bigger teams more scope to go through. The fact that there's, I suppose there's a last 16 anyway, so it's the same amount of knockout games. But, I just think some of the smaller teams, they can get one decent result and then end up, someone else will just come and beat them. And, I don't know, the fact that potentially, 32, 24 teams go through to the knockout phase. I don't know. You could be a small team. Look, it's not for me to say all I could control. I'm actually, you know what? Forget the Champions League. How about this Chelsea side just not doing anything against Club Brugges at home? I'm going to give them a bit of a rocket. Rafael Guerrero's picked up a knock. We'll see if he can see it through to about 70-minute mark, as I don't think Ben Chilwell's on the bench today. And probably the only person that could play left back would be Kim. And he's a bit knackered. So Kai Havertz is in though. Oh, he should have done better there. Vlahovic was just waiting there to tap it in. Yeah, I don't know. I thought Vlahovic might be a bit of a tapping merchant, but he's scored some really good goals for us over the course of this season. So Kai Havertz, can this be one of them? Bang, near post, big deuce, 26th goal of the season. That is what we signed him to do. I don't know what he was doing at corner flag there. It looked like a bit of a Samuel Eto'o granddad type celebration, but he's definitely not a granddad. He's only, 25 maybe on this save. Don't even know how old he is. Saying click, but he's not. I can do that, can't I? That would tell me. He is 24 in this save, and we're in season 3, so by no means a granddad. We don't have any granddads now. Thiago Silva's gone. Musiala now. It's a very, very young, fantastically well qualified side. And Kvaratskhelia there, another one probably of a similar age to Vlahovic. He's 23, so he's a year younger, and he has put us 2-0 ahead. I mean, I don't know what was going on the first half. I think I bored them to death with my rant about the league format of the Champions League. But we was definitely woken up in the second half, and we have scored 2 goals in the first 10 minutes of the half. I mean, we've got a week, like I said before, the next game where we play Milan. This will probably secure us a playoff spot, I would have thought. But we don't want that. We want automatic qualification. We want top 8. Reece James now. He's probably someone that can come off for a rest. Gavi playing a little... Well, I thought he was going to play a little triangle, but it's come inside. Vlahovic now has come deep. Gavi again. Reece James got a bit of space. He finds Kai Havertz on the left foot, and inexplicably, he's put that wide. So what we're going to do, because that was shocking, we're going to demand a bit more from him, and now that means we can't make a substitution for some reason. So we have to do that. Don't ask me, I don't make the rules. Callum Wendu can come on for a run around. Reece James can... Bench who is on the bench. Okay. Don't know why I don't have Gusto on the bench. Past Potsy must have been having a bit of a nightmare. Who else can we rest? Gavi's probably not having the best of games, so why not? Let's give Mason Mount a little run around for half an hour or so at Stamford Bridge. The pitch looks pristine. Look at that. Fofana now looking to take advantage of this pitch, keeping it on the deck. Surely we're going to spring a ball over the top at any point. No, we're keeping it on the deck. We're playing it. We've got through, and Kai Havertz said demand more, not give the ball away more. And he looks to make an assist for Kvaratskhelia there. But it is headed clear by the Bruges defender. And Musiala now, probably the next one to come off for a rest. Tchouaméni, Musiala, Tchouaméni again. I mean, Callum Mwendu's in. Callum Mwendu scores. I think that might be the first goal you guys have seen from him. He got a hat-trick in our last game against Middlesbrough in the league. They're checking VAR and they've disallowed it. So it's not the first goal you've seen from him. As you can see, he's got 10 of them off camera. And I mean, that's not even close. That's not even close. Right, now it's time. Zielinski for Musiala. And do we have one more? No, that's all 5 changes. Done and dusted. My job here is done. I can just watch the game, commentate for you guys, and we probably won't see another highlight. So, I mean, it's just my luck, really. I might as well be on there still making substitutions. But I can't influence this game anymore. I think it's just the last 10 minutes or so. If you make a change, it kills the game. I don't know. Yeah, it's a frustration I've got with Football Manager. They're not going to listen to me. They're not going to make any more changes to this game, surely. It would be for next year. Hopefully, it's something they fix. And yeah, hopefully, that is us. I mean, that puts us top. Man City can go ahead of us, though, as can Real Madrid, who are both ahead of us anyway. So I don't know why that's news. PSG up into 8th now. Oh, Juventus 5-1 to Feyenoord. We took Deuce off them and they are struggling. That is a team. Keep an eye on them. That might be one that we go to for next season. if we win the Champions League, and to do that we obviously have to qualify. So have we qualified for the playoff? I believe we have. So that's a playoff spot secured. Now let's see if we can go to Milan and secure a top 8. I'm not actually sure why we didn't play in the league, because there was fixtures, and yeah, Liverpool managed to lose away at Fulham, which means we're now 13 points clear at the top with a game in hand. If it wasn't already secured, I'm sure it is secured now. But the worrying thing, look at Man City down in 7th. They've got a game in hand. They could go up to, 6th if they win. I mean, that's another potential destination for Potsy the Builder. If we go rebuild Man City next season, stay in the Premier League and deal with this massively overpowered Chelsea side that we've beat. Yeah, I mean, I like the sound of that. Who wouldn't want to go and build a side around Erling Haaland? I certainly would. But future Potsy can worry about Erling Haaland. We need to worry about Milan. And look at the side they've gone for. Rafa Leao has gone back from Man City. That is, I mean, it's not letting me click on him, but for some reason he's gone back there. Obviously not in Diego Simeone's plans. So have a click on him there. He's on loan from Man City. So that is very, very odd. Tomori's still there. Mike, we looked at both of them in the summer. Not a bad team. I think I could do a job with this team as well, to be fair. I've got the Champions League music again for you boys and girls. I do spoil you. I'll let you just drink that in. Hopefully that inspires us. We're at home. We're looking to secure top 8. And we haven't started very well, but Neuer comes and claims that ball confidently and holds the ball to his chest. Kim now, Chilwell, Kvaratskhelia, Musiala. We're looking to pounce. Kai Havertz, what can he do? He shoots with his left, and it would have been a good goal, but Mike manages to turn it round the post as Bayern Munich take the lead against Dynamo. Sadio Mane scoring there. Kvaratskhelia, Ben Chilwell, and somehow they squeeze it out. We've got another corner. Just looking to firmly hold our foot on the throat of Milan here. Vlahovic looks to can't beat Fornals. That's not great from him. Atletico Madrid are winning, our nemesis. Beat us earlier in the season. They've got ahead through Memphis Depay's got a couple. We've got a couple against us, both from the penalty spot. And the momentum says it's been all us, but the highlights say that absolutely nothing has happened so far. So the half-time whistle goes. I'm far from pleased with what I've seen from this team. We need to be winning this game, pure and simple. If we're going to win Champions League, we just got to beat all these teams. Like, there's no... You wouldn't put us down as favourites based on this performance. Or the PSG game, or the Atletico Madrid game, to be fair. So a lot of work to be done between now and the end of the season if we're going to win that Champions League. But I almost feel like I'm talking about it too much, and Football Manager is going to find a way of just doing us in. As Reece James looks to find a way of doing Milan in. Kvaratskhelia, I mean, you'd expect Vlahovic to be there, being a fox in the box. But Kvaradona shows that he has that goal-scoring instinct as well. Probably not the output from him that I would have expected when I signed him. Being the version of him I've seen in some other saves has been just he's been a good player, there's no doubt about it. He's got plenty of goals for us. But in terms of being an absolute worldie, not convinced by this version of him. Big fan of him, as he goes to prove me wrong there by finding Vlahovic. So I'm not digging him out by any stretch of the imagination. I know he's an absolute monster. And he's going to be up there with some of the best players in the world fairly soon. I'm certain of it. But yeah, just in this reality, in this universe, this part of the Football Manager multiverse, just expected a little bit more from him. And to be fair, he's not alone. I'm expecting a lot more from a lot of this team in this game. Vlahovic not having a great game. Calorendo, come on mate, show us what you can do. Gavi and Musiala, uncharacteristic from them. 6.8 is by no means disastrous, but safe to say that there's definitely more to come. So let's demand more. Why should we settle for this mediocrity when we're on camera, trying to do our best, trying to get some YouTube content out there, and these Chelsea boys just not having none of it? It's going to be one of them games. Football Manager throws it up every now and then on this version, but hopefully we don't get FM'd. As Reece James looking to secure it. Tchouaméni, bang, 2-0. There we go. Now we have Tchouaméni goals for them to come back from. I can't help it. Every time he does something, it just tees it right up there. And I'm not going to reject chances like that. Just like he didn't reject this chance. Reece James rolls it into him. It's on a plate. Mike will probably be disappointed about getting beat at his near post. But we don't care. We are Chelsea. We are winning. Did hope for something better to come out of my mouth, but nothing did, as Reece James looks to slide it in, and nobody quite gambled on the run. But at least we're having some highlights to talk about, as they look to lump it all the way over the top of us. Gavi now looking to pull some strings. Reece James looking to get down the right wing now. He can't beat Theo Hernandez. That's disappointing. But we dare to mop up the pieces. Calorendo now finds Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz seals the deal. 3-0. Kai Havertz back on the score sheet. Definitely been a lot quieter since we've got a striker. But we've given him a new contract this season. 375 grand a week he's on, by the way. It's not chump change by any stretch of the imagination. He's there on hand to do what he's done so often for us in this save. Score a goal with his left foot. He's a bit knackered, so Mason Mount can come on for the last 10 minutes. Why not? We've secured a top 8 spot. We've scored top 3, as that deflects Nicolas Gonzalez. Rafael out with the assist. It deflects off our player over the keeper. Again, saving some money on the old clean sheet bonus. Fofana, Gavi. Yes, Gavi gets caught there. And it's Wesley Fofana trying to make amends for his teammate. Can only divert the ball up over the keeper and back into his own net. But yeah, top 3 secured. I don't know if that gives us any leeway in the draw. I know that we're going to play a team that comes from the playoff regardless. So I don't think there's any difference really in between finishing first and finishing 8th. But yeah, top 8 makes it so much easier. Puts you straight into the quarterfinals. One thing I would note though is if you're doing a save where you're doing a Build a Nation or anything with a smaller team, it's worth going into that playoff round. You might get a slightly easier fixture. You get the same amount of money for losing as you do the quarterfinal, but if you win, you still get that. I think it's about 8 million, 9 million. So you get it for the playoff round, and then you get it again for the quarterfinal round. So if you're looking to build some finances, I'd recommend. I'm not trying for it, but if it's not the end of the world if you go into that playoff, is what I'm trying to say. But for us, it would have been not the end of the world, but it would have been far from ideal. Just going to go away and play the other games off camera, and then we'll come back and just see who else qualified for the playoff round. And there we have it, boys and girls. That is your final 24. The top 8: Man City, Real Madrid, us, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Man United, and RB Salzburg holding on. PSG go into the playoff in 9th. That is why you don't want to finish in that area. Look, you've got PSG, Dortmund, Atletico Madrid who beat us, Milan who just put up a semi-good fight against us, Juventus, Inter, Feyenoord, Napoli miss out, Lazio miss out. So big teams in that playoff, definitely teams to avoid, and we are more than happy that we are in the quarter. And that is where you're going to see us again next week. Thank you so much for staying with us on this journey as we look to rebuild Chelsea and become just known for rebuilding clubs. Now that is the aim of this series. We're going to rebuild Chelsea and then we're going to move on and whoever else needs us. And that is what we're going to do. But what I need is for you guys to just leave a thumbs up on the video. Please like it, comment on the video, let us know what you're enjoying, what you're not enjoying. Where do you think we should go? Who needs a rebuild next? Subscribe to the channel, share it, put it in front of as many eyes as possible, because I'm loving doing this for you guys and hopefully you're loving the material too. So please stay safe, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you next week.